I'm a lonely Goomba, stuck between two pipes. Well, guess I'll keep on gaming for the rest of my life.
Well, I think it's time we revisit Wario Land 2. I did a video about this like 10 years ago, but really, I just made a few jokes about a chicken and ignored like 90% of the game, and that's not even an exaggeration. Or should I say, egg-exaggeration? Sorry about that, but I really didn't do the game justice back then, and I've been losing sleep over it ever since. It torments me. So, I think it's time we set things right. It's time to revisit a Wario Land 2. Let's go. So, the game starts off in Wario's castle from the last game. I'm glad he settled with the castle and not the moon or whatever that was. But anyway, we can't celebrate just yet, because some pirates come in and ransack the whole place. They're taking all his hard-earned cash. Quick, somebody stop them. Man, can't rich people ever catch a break? Everyone's always trying to keep them down. Oh, it must be difficult being rich, let me tell you. And then, just to rub salt in the wound, they turn on a giant novelty-sized tap and flood the place. Which, to be fair, is probably partially Wario's fault for having a giant random tap just laying around in the first place. But still, can you imagine Wario's water bill? I mean, hasn't he suffered enough already? So, you wake up, and your first goal is to turn off your alarm clock. Only the bleeding pirates have done and gone hidden back too. But money is one thing, flooding your house is another, but messing with a man's alarm clock? That's just one step too far. They will pay for this. Right, so, unlike the first game, Wario can't die in this game. He has discovered immortality. The secret? Money, of course. See, instead of losing health for taking damage, you just lose coins, which might seem like a problem, but have you seen how many coins Wario has just laying around? Nearly every wall seems full to the brim with coins. The structural integrity of this castle must be shite. I mean, does it even matter if Wario got some cash stolen? I mean, just smash some walls and you'll be rich in no time. Man, I wish I could just smash the walls of my house and find a crap ton of cash in it. In fact, let's give it a go. Oh. No coins. Let's just quickly fix that before the entire premise of my channel is ruined. There we go, good as new. Right, so, unlike the first game, the focus of this game isn't so much getting to the end, as it is exploring and finding secrets. You wanna get coins. Lots and lots of coins. The entire game is built around it, really, and the purpose of these coins is to spend them on these minigames, which are needed to get each level's secret treasure. The more coins you spend, the easier the game is. 50 coins is basically impossible. 100 coins, you might get lucky, and 200 coins is basically a guaranteed win. And at the end of each stage, there's another minigame which is pretty much solely designed to eat up your coins too. Complete this game and you get a map piece. Ooh, shiny. So, if you rush through the levels ignoring everything, you ain't gonna have enough coins to get any of these collectibles and you'll look like a right chump in front of Wario. And no one wants that, do they? You want to impress Wario, right? So, get the coins. Or, you can just use save states to win every minigame and completely break the entire foundation of the game. That works too. Right, so we smash the alarm clock, and our next objective is to turn off that bleeding tap. And man, the whole castle is completely flooded. Mate, there's no easy way to say this, but I think this is a lost cause. You might want to just make this a tax write-off and start fresh, you know. I mean, it's completely fucked, mate. But anyway, we turn off the tap, and now we need to drain this place dry. So, you know how I mentioned Wario is immortal in this game? Well, it basically allows him to take a right beating. See, he can't die, but he can still experience excruciating, ungodly pain. Like, say, getting all your bones in your body crushed. Wario don't seem to mind though, where he's taking it in his stride. The thing is, you can use his altered states to your advantage. Like, yes, you might be as flat as a pancake, but at least you can now glide across gaps and stuff. It's like the power-ups in Mario, only instead of a cute Tanuki suit, Wario's body is paralysed from the waist down for the rest of his life. A fair trade-off if you ask me. Oh wait, never mind. A drop of water cured him. I mean, I knew water was good for you, but goddamn, I didn't know it could perform instantaneous spinal surgery. Right, so we drain the water and head towards the basement to kill a giant snake. Which, hold up a minute, those pirates from earlier didn't have anything to do with a giant snake. Wario legit just has a giant snake chilling in his basement this entire time. I guess since he went through the trouble of unflooding the place, he figured he might as well get round to dealing with that giant snake in the basement, you know? A bit of spring cleaning. Right, so we beat the snake, and we're on to chapter 2. See, there's no world map or anything here. The levels are just all sort of connected into each other with an ongoing narrative. Hold up, did them bleeding pirates just scare off Wario's pet chicken? You know, his famous pet chicken that everyone knows about. Only complete losers don't know about Wario's pet chicken. But Wario is pretty distraught about this, so we best set it right. Time to track down the chicken. But man, it would be a lot easier to find this bird without all these giant cocks in the way. But isn't that always the case? So after fighting off the cocks, it's time to sneak onto the SST cup from the first game and get our treasure back. Wario is one determined fella, ain't nothing gonna stop him. It is cool how all the levels are connected though. First, you gotta swim through the ocean and sneak onto the boat, then you gotta make your way through the ship and lower the anchor, and then you climb up to the top and fight the boss. And... no, I promised I would never do that again. So where is Captain Syrup anyway? Well, she's only done and gone bleeding escaped in a hot air balloon. No need to worry though, I'm sure the US government will shoot it down. But just in case we don't, I've got a plan B. An owl. Now hold up. Hear me out. If Mario 64 has taught us anything, owls are the best form of aerial transportation ever made. You're gonna argue with this video evidence? Yeah, didn't think so. Quick, to the balloon! But first, underwater coins. And hold up, it's a trap! Did I literally just get catfished by a literal catfish? Man, that's not the first time that's happened, and it certainly won't be the last. Listen fellas, when something seems too good to be true, it probably is, okay? Just don't make the same mistake I did. Still, a Goomba can dream. A Goomba can dream. I mean, look, I can't cover every level here because I'll be all day, but they really do a good job making them feel unique. One minute you're hanging from an owl, the next you're riding on a flatulating turtle, and next up you're getting inflated by a bee sting. Not exactly what I had in mind when I searched Wario inflation art, but I can make this work. But man, Wario must be really feckin' allergic to bees. It's a good job we're only small fellas and not gigantic, monstrous-looking bees from hell. Oh my lord, have mercy on us all. What the fuck is that? Is it a bird? Is it a bee? No, it's Superman. Wait, no, it's a bee, my bad. You know, I think really we would be doing the world a favour by killing that thing. Some things are just too ugly to live, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, but I don't make the rules. Right, so Captain Syrup is a right pain in the ass to catch, isn't she? I mean, where's she now? In a city? Diamond City, perhaps? Probably not. But still, we got a train to catch. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This game has a train level. And it's even better than the first game. You got the music, you got the little bubble of the train. Heck, you can even climb on top of the train and get some mad cheese. I swear I have no idea why games don't have more train levels. There literally isn't a single bad train level in any game ever. And I won't hear otherwise. But alas, all good things must come to an end. So we stop the train and get off deeper into the city. And boy, the locals aren't too happy to see us. I mean, I know living in the city is a bit crap, but I wasn't expecting to have wine bottles thrown into my face 5 seconds after stepping off the train, you know? Where's the hospitality these days? Sheesh. Talking about wine, did I forget to mention that you can get shit-faced drunk in this game? Granted, they did censor a beer into these blue balls in the English release, but we all know what's going on here, don't we? Wario's had one too many pints of bitter. He's a drunken mess. Imagine that. In a Nintendo game, no less. That is crazy stuff. Anyway, we climb up this building, and at the very top is the word Nintendo. So, what's this building? The Nintendo HQ? Does that mean it was the Nintendo staff throwing wine bottles at us this entire time? Is this the kind of people Nintendo hire? Then again, That would explain a few things. We then enter the top of a building, and there's a man immediately force-feeding us cake. Like, bruh, at least let me get used to my surroundings before you start pushing your feeder kink onto me, sheesh. Seriously though, what the fuck is in that cake? You injected it with pure lard or something? One bite, and Wario gains like 300 pounds. He's turning purple, he's struggling to breathe, he's starting to look like the average American for God's sake. It's horrible. So, this is how Wario dies, is it? Being really fat. Having said that, we need Wario to be fat in order to progress through the level. And so, we are presented with a moral dilemma. Wario's health or progress. Sorry Wario, but destroying these blocks means more to me than your health, so eat the fucking cake, that's a good lad. But that's not all, because literally in the same level, we can set Wario on fire. It looks painful as hell, he's running around, he's screaming in pain, bleeding heck, his entire body is on fire. We're talking 3rd-degree burns here, lads. But having said that, we do need Wario to be on fire to destroy these blocks, so sorry Wario, but those blocks aren't gonna destroy themselves, you know. Chop chop. So after setting Wario on fire and giving him type 2 diabetes for life, we find ourselves in a factory. I can only presume this is where Nintendo make their games. Thus, for angry men throwing wine bottles at me again. You know, I think I've figured it out. The reason why everyone is trying to kill us is because we got no street cred. Some millionaire rich bastard rose up in town with a big grin on his face and starts messing everything up. I mean, of course people are gonna hate him. So there's only one way to turn this around. The only logical thing to do, really. Beat a rabbit at basketball. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just the way of the streets, trust me. I'm an expert, but just winning won't be enough. I think we've got to crush his body into a basketball itself and then dunk him just to exert our dominance. Defeated by the one thing he loved the most. Talk about a power move. Right, so we escaped this hellhole of a city, and oh no, Syrup Castle is back. Bro, how did she rebuild that so quickly? Last I recall, we blew it up 3 times no less. I knew we should have gone for a 4th. So yeah, this is it, the final chapter. And man, the game just throws everything at us here. We got hammers that turn you into a spring, you got these wizards that turn us small, we got snowman that turns us into ice, and we got this ghost turning us into zombies. Keep in mind, this is pretty much the first time I'm seeing any of this stuff. You think they wouldn't keep all these mechanics till the very end of the game, surely, but here we are. Captain Syrup's castle could do with some redecorating too. I mean, out of all the things to take inspiration from, she copied Wario's flooded castle. I'm starting to think Captain Syrup might be a little bit infatuated with Wario, actually. Talking about Syrup, it's time for the final boss. Oh, let's try that again. Talking about Syrup, it's time for the final boss. And Syrup has channeled her inner Dr. Robotnik and made her very own little flying machine. It's not quite as impressive as a genie, but it'll do. So you gotta dodge for fire, grab the enemies and throw it back. Then just start throwing bombs which blow up and kill you too. So you're dodging the fire, you're dodging the bombs, there's a lot to dodge, I'm not gonna lie. So you grab the bomb, throw it in the flame, causing it to rise up, and blammo, we win! Wario blows up the castle for the 4th time I think, and we get the treasure back. And the credits play as Wario makes himself back home with a big old grin on his face. But what's this? Only 50% of stages completed? And this map is only half full too. And we only get half the treasures. It's almost like I missed half the game or something. Well, that's 'cause we did. See, what makes Wario Land 2 so great isn't so much just getting to the credits, it's what happens after you get to the credits. So at this point, the world map unlocks, showing each stage, each treasure, and each map piece we've got. And as you can see, there's a ton of alternative paths, each with their own individual ending. It's like that ice world in Wario Land 1, only instead of just one world, they made it half the game. Take this top path, for instance. See, instead of waking Wario up at the start of the game, if you just press nothing and let him sleep, he'll sleep for so long, the pirates will come back and yeet him out of the castle and take it over. And thus, an alternative timeline is made. Now, instead of chasing down Captain Syrup, we gotta get our castle back. Or this path here has us sinking the SST cup, causing it to sink to the bottom of the ocean, revealing a secret ancient temple. And this one has us finding a haunted house and having to fight a spooky, scary ghost. And these alternative paths aren't little minor things. They have their own story, cutscenes, level themes, bosses, and endings. And the levels are way more complex, difficult, and engaging than the base game. They use Wario's abilities in much more in-depth and interesting ways, and they really flesh out the transformation gimmick of the base game a lot more. It's like the game presumes you're playing these levels after you've already completed the game, so the difficulty curve continues from the last level. They're easily the best levels in the game too. It's just a ton of fun tracking down all the secret exits and seeing events fold out differently. Heck, some of the secret levels have secret levels within them. It's crazy. And like I said, most of them have their own final boss too, like this robot pirate, this oddly terrifying ghost, this cute little bubble fella, oh god, and perhaps the hardest boss in the game, Captain Syrup, again, but this time she means business. And yeah, like I also mentioned, they all have their own ending and credit sequences. See, this one just has Wario go back to sleep, and the normal credits play, but Wario isn't there because he never left the castle, he's just fucking sleeping. It's pretty funny to be honest. And this ending reveals that it was all just a bad dream, and the pirates from the start of the game are still on their way to wreck Wario's house. I mean, it's just really great seeing how each story plays out. Seriously though, these alternative paths really elevate the game from a good platformer into something truly special. It goes from a pretty linear affair to feeling like an epic adventure. And the developers knew it because we're constantly teasing you with more content at the end of each ending. But when you do complete every level and get every treasure and unlock every map piece, you unlock the true final level. And this little animation of Wario dancing. Oh, look at him go. So yeah, we get the secret location to Captain Syrup's treasure. Here we go. This is it, the final level. And oh boy, I'm gonna be real with you. This is one of the freakiest, most off-putting levels I've ever seen. Seriously now, what the hell is this? You got ears everywhere, you got enemies being absorbed in the background screaming in pain, there's eyes everywhere staring at you, there's mouths all over the place, all those veins in the background. It's like this place is alive, mixed in with the creepy music, and it's actually pretty disturbing. I think Captain Syrup has some explaining to do. The level itself, and it's the hardest level in the game, as you might expect. You got really precise jumps, there's tricky platforming, and you've really got to master the art of bouncing off enemies. But eventually, we make it to the end, to fight the true final boss, and it's a giant spearman with a weird face in the background. I mean, I'm not sure what I was expecting really, but I certainly was not expecting that. But we did it. Wario finds the hidden treasure and the final credits play. I guess the game just isn't even gonna acknowledge that whole disturbing hell world we just went through, right? Who cares? We got a big bag of cash. And at the end of the day, that's all what matters. And that's Wario Land 2, a truly massive game, full of ambition and original ideas not seen anywhere else really. It was well ahead of its time. I mean, they managed to make a challenging and engaging game where you can't even die, in 1998 no less. But to be honest, the game is nothing like Wario Land 1. Outside of its moveset, it's just completely different, and some people might not like that. It took the core idea of a Wario platformer and gave it its own unique identity. The fact they managed to fit a game this huge on the original Game Boy too is kind of amazing. What can I say? It's a fantastic game. So join me next time as I revisit the next game in the series, Wario Land 4. Till then, peace. And the patron of the week is Connor. Yeah, there's no silly internet username here. It's just Connor. Not really giving me much to work here with, Connor. I'm supposed to make a little quip and joke, but that's just a normal name. But actually, maybe I can make this work. Nah, I got nothing.